Welcome to one of the what fucking podcasts we got this week. The world of wrestling has just gone completely crazy all of a sudden. I'm sitting here
insane.
with my bestest friend in the world, Ash.
That was a good fucking. You built up a sweater.
Right, can we like end this now that I'm done?
KO'd.
And where's my intro?
And there's Dan. I'm joking. Dan, my bestest friend in the world.
Decent. Oh, you beating me. You've done it. You've beaten me. Oh!
Danny Daniels.
Danny Daniels. Yay! Classic throwback. Love it. World of Wrestling, the biggest. Well, the biggest news this week is an obvious one. Fuego del Sol has signed with AEW. Like, can we get anything bigger than right? Okay. What? Okay.
After years of hard work, after a company finally listening to the fans, we want this guy. We want him.
We've got what we want.
We want him. We got what we want.
He's finally right. Okay. You own a professional team. Doesn't matter what team. It can be anything. They are in the big leagues. You.
Big leagues.
Name a team. Who is which team do you own right now?
Right now, I'm on the Seattle Seahawks.
The Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks. Ash is the managing, directing person. He's in charge of all the money, everything. You own that team. You are talent scouting. You come across this guy who has won one game and he's lost 50. Do you sign him?
Well.
What is Tony thinking? Tony actually came out himself and handed him the contract. Tony, mate, he's...
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Oh, no. No, who did? No.
Sammy did.
Oh, of course, Sammy did, didn't he? Silly me.
Fucking kill him.
But didn't... No, but didn't he say that Tony handed him the contract to give to... Okay, so I'm getting it mixed up.
Yeah.
Either way, why the hell would you sign such a massive loser?
Because, right, Dan, have you ever played a team sport?
What, like a game? Or just in RL?
No, as in, like, in RL. In RL.
Well, I tried to play football once, but my bestest friend in the world, who was one of the team captains, didn't pick me, so...
Shit like that happens many times in the world of football. You get over it, you move past it, you remain friends, you just go on to live life. Sometimes you get a whack in the arm, like, before that event happens, which leads you to make such decisions. But
was that what it was? You didn't pick me because I was Legolas.
Fuck Legolas. Fuck Lord of the Rings.
Obviously, the biggest news happened last night. We are recording this on Saturday. Punk's returned. I know you probably don't care, but tell me your thoughts, your opinions on this subject matter.
Woo. Well, being as someone who, what is it, 9 years since he's been on?
Seven since he left the WWE.
Okay. So, obviously, 2-3 years prior to him leaving WWE, Punk was just the biggest thing in that company. Everything he touched was basically gold at that time. Everything was always CM Punk. And that was like the kind of last time I probably enjoyed wrestling up until the past sort of year and a half.
You want to know something? I've not enjoyed wrestling since probably when Punk unfortunately left. The whole Summer of Punk thing, that was amazing. give that guy a
Yeah.
microphone and fucking hell, like, he is like a modern day Rock. Like, you give him a microphone, everybody stops what they're doing, and you will listen to him.
Yeah, like even like in his build up with the whole Rock stuff, like you knew some of the stuff he was saying, it pissed the Rock off. Like like the Rock didn't know what Punk was gonna say, and it was amazing. So obviously the Rock has his witty sort of like comebacks and stuff, but when you put, as they say, like a pipe bomb in CM Punk's hands, it was just magic. And
Well, his
even
infamous
even
promo. His
well,
infamous
exactly,
promo,
yeah.
it literally set the wrestling world on fire. It was insane. The feedback the following day on
Everyone took
Twitter,
note on that.
like you had to do exactly what you did this morning. It doesn't matter if you watched it live
Yeah.
last night. You still went back this morning, this afternoon. I mean, I
Oh,
just watched the promo just then, again,
absolutely.
and you think the way that he was talking about how the reasons why he left, one being a massive mental strain.
Yeah.
Like, what sort of company is Vince running right now? When you've got, was it last week when they got rid of their money making cash cow, the the one guy in that company that was printing money physically himself,
Yeah.
they got rid of the Fiend, they got rid of Bray Wyatt. What the fuck are you thinking? How could you possibly,
Like,
like, I'm not saying bow down to him, that there has to be a structure in place, but there's got to be something going on behind the scenes, which has made, for example, not to go off onto a tangent too much on Bray, because we'll talk about him in a bit, but there's something behind that. That's it. I get it's one of those seasonal rules. Like, should there be an off season within WWE?
yeah.
Um, there's not an off season as such, I don't believe, but I think there should be an annual leave system like what we have here. That
Okay, yeah.
they
Yeah,
have
yeah.
to be given like 30 days holiday per year, and they can pretty much use it whenever they want.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Obviously, you need to work with the business, but you can't expect these guys. I'm rambling, but when he was talking in his promo last night, and you could just feel the genuine. He was so pissed off. Like, obviously,
Yeah. Well,
he wasn't
it
happy.
was the one line where he spoke about why would I stay when he was apologizing to the fans
Mm,
why he left, and then he said why would I stay in a company that got me this sick in the first place? That got me that hurt me in the first place. Like that caused every issue he had. Why would he stay there? And obviously, and that was the biggest thing. Like, I don't think anyone's ever blamed CM Punk as a fan. So everyone's always like kind of knew it was WWE's fault why he left, especially when he did his podcast with Colt Cabana. And like everyone kind of knew like all the doctors' reasons and stuff, like all the issues, the staph infection and stuff CM Punk had. And it was just freaking like it was insane, like the shit that he kind of went through with that company, and like he didn't get anything in return for it while he was there as well. So like, but just seeing him back last night, it was just it's been so long since like there's been a crowd like that where the whole place just erupted, and it was like the best thing about it, like in this. We'll come into more in this later, like with AEW and what it kind of does right at the moment. They didn't make you wait for it. Start of the show, boom, there he is.
It's
like,
it's literally because it wasn't obviously announced, but everybody knew. I mean, I'd love to know, like,
I think the
how did
first
people know in
dance
the first
name
place?
the first dance kind of give it away. I
Yeah.
think just.
Well, it
And
was
obviously,
having.
it being in Chicago as well, like I think everyone kind of knew. But as I say, having it at the start of the show where the crowd is so pumped up for it, built up for it, the crowd's obviously going at it from straight away. And one of my favorite things is like you'll get this in WWE, like is when someone returns or someone's making an entrance. you'll get commentary over and over it
yeah.
annoys the hell out of me.
Did you notice?
Whereas,
Did you notice the ring announcer actually stopped herself? I think someone told her
yeah,
in her ear to shut up. Don't say anything. Do
yeah,
not
yeah,
introduce him.
and it's one of the little things that AEW does so fucking perfect, and it's those little things that just make the whole show click that much more and makes it much more enjoyable as a fan.
Well, going back to how they promoted it without promoting it, was it 2 weeks ago? Darby Allin's
Yeah,
promo. He mentioned something about the best. I think they ran an advert about the actual event being in Chicago, and then they cut to
yeah,
Darby, and then he ended his promo something with the best in the world. Then
that's it.
on
Yeah, to
this
really prove
week's
if they're the best in the world, like it was along those lines, and it
that
was
was obviously one big push. Then you
yeah,
had, was it on this week's Dynamite? I think it was when you had Kenny Omega wear his Chick Magnet T-shirt. I don't know
yeah,
how many
that's
people
it.
picked up on that because I didn't see anything about
No,
it
no.
on the interwebs or anything. Um, but I
Put in the
picked it up because
put
I
in,
think it's clever.
put in the find the t-shirt and put it over here right now so
Yeah.
everyone can kind of see it.
One day I'll make a video when I'm just about to make a return to pro wrestling, and I'll wear like a Dan
So,
Daniels
yeah,
shirt or something, see if anyone notices. But you had, but where was I going to go with? So you had all this promotion without actually promoting it. That is absolute fucking genius.
it was
Tony,
perfect.
Tony just like I don't think I've ever heard or seen of that style of promoting someone without actually promoting them, because obviously, like, okay, the WWE does it with the night after WrestleMania and the night after SummerSlam. That's when they normally bring back big
Yeah,
names,
yeah.
but that's expected. Um, but the other time, I mean, they don't really run video packages anymore that they used to. I remember the Jeff Hardy ones, like when he made his return back in '08 or '07, whatever it was.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I loved all that. That was awesome hype. But obviously times have changed. The internet's a lot more big now. It's easier for people to pass information between each other.
Yeah.
So it was, I think it was someone from Fightful or something like that that possibly broke the news of Punk signing. But did you also,
Mhm.
because I've been doing a bit of research today as well, obviously, because you obviously have to know this sort
That's what
of
we do,
information.
of course.
But apparently, Punk and Tony Khan have been talking about Punk's return for the past 18 months. That they simply
Yeah.
didn't do it because obviously COVID happened. They obviously had to do it in front of a crowd. You cannot do it in front of nobody.
No, if you did that in front of nobody, it wouldn't have been as special as it was. And it was special. Like
I've
you won't, there won't be a moment like that in wrestling for probably another like 10 years.
I don't think I felt this uh, without sounding like a douche, but this giddy over something in that's happened in wrestling
Yeah.
in God knows how long. I literally have no idea that the excitement of, to be honest, like I was never really that much of a fan of Punk. I loved his promo work. Promo work's fantastic
Hmm.
stuff. His in-ring stuff, I can give and take. I'm not too bothered about it. But hearing that pop, when was the last time you heard a wrestler get a pop like Punk did last night?
Do you know, it's you just don't.
Do you
That's the
know
thing.
the
The
last
last
time I
time
heard
was
it?
probably CM Punk.
When?
Probably when he walked off with the title in Chicago.
I was okay, cool. I was literally going to say the last time I heard a pop like that
But when he come back.
was at Money in the Bank, Punk versus Cena. The the
Yeah, yeah.
the pop from that crowd was fucking immense.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how many people were at the Money in the Bank. I'm assuming it was a lot more than what they had last night at
Hmm.
Rampage, but it was fucking deafening. That was
What was it last night? 15,000? Was it?
I believe so. 12, 13. I think I read somewhere. And then I'm assuming at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, they probably would have hit 30. I'm guessing. Should we have a quick
Let's have a look.
a
I've
quick
got a quick.
Googlage?
They had 14,000
Last
in
night.
that Money in the Bank.
Oh,
No, in
oh, is that it?
Money in the Bank.
14.
That was it. Yeah.
God, that's terrible numbers. Well, I think I'm assuming that the
Well, it
building was
depends
probably
on,
sold
it
out.
depends on what.
But you think like back
The
in the
building
Attitude
owns
Era?
like 16,000 anyway.
Oh, does it? Okay, so they
Yeah,
pretty
so
much
it's pretty
did,
much just kind of for sell
sell it
yeah.
out. But then when you've got last night, I think I read 12,000. I
think it
might
was
be
12
wrong.
or 13, wasn't it?
I'm not too sure. But that pop was that was WrestleMania level. That were like I don't think I've heard
15,000 last night.
serious. Wow.
15,316.
That's insane. That is literally
Yeah.
from a company which has been going less than 3 years. But was it 19 when they formed? So yeah, less than 3 years ago.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That is absolutely nuts. And you think that you know what, Ash, that you predicted this 2 and a bit years ago. You said that these exact words, it can only get better. You never specified. You never specified because obviously we were talking about the WWE back then, but
I was, yes.
wrestling has to get better, and it's been fucking shocking. The WWE product, I should say, has been shocking. The AEW product, like, well, they won the best promotion of the year for the DNA awards last
Well,
year.
exactly.
That just shows how big,
Highly.
how good they are.
That's a big award.
And then, God, they hit 15,000. That's like how much?
15,000.
Average WWE Raw attendance.
15,000 technically on their B show. Like, I'll put B in brackets. Like
That was a question that I was going to ask you. How do you see Rampage? Is it going to be another SmackDown?
I don't know because it's weird. Like I don't know yet. I think it's too early to tell.
So you had SmackDown that came up. That started, was it October October '99, I think it was. And for the first less than 2 years, up until Vince bought out WCW, they had all the main stars. They had Austin, Rock, Triple H, Taker, on SmackDown every week. And then, okay, fine, I get that. The whole when they bought out WCW, they had a shit pool of a shit ton pool of talent, I should say. That they obviously had to split up on both the brands, so they started to strip back SmackDown. That definitely became a B show. That they obviously focused on Raw. That the USA Network, I think they were still with. Have they been with the USA Network since? Throughout the 2000s, that has obviously always been the main, like, the money gets poured into that. All the big stars come back to Raw. And now, when SmackDown got money piled into them, who are they with now? Which
Fox.
Which network?
Is it Fox?
Fox, isn't it? Fox Sports, yeah. Since Fox has been paying
They're paying a lot of fucking money as well.
Billions, whatever it is, per X amount of years, whatever it is. They are obviously trying a little bit harder now. But my point being is SmackDown has been completely, like, underseen from the early 2000s until probably a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Is the same thing going to happen with Rampage, or do you think that Tony's actually clever enough to think, hold on, I've still got a second TV show that I need to make awesome? Is he going to do the same as what Vince did with SmackDown, basically?
No, I don't think he will. One, because he hasn't given me a reason to kind of doubt it.
Mm-hmm.
2, because I think he's learning from mistakes Vince has made with things he's done. 3, because I think he's a fan. Everyone knows he's a fan, and he's a massive fan. And I think he made it clear when he said, like when they first announced Rampage, it's not going to be a secondary show. And he's always said that. He's always said it's going to be basically a sister show. I think it was, he said, like, it's where the go-home show is and stuff like that, which I think means we'll always have talent on.
Sorry, I literally just had to open the window. I'm boiling.
It's all right. I don't think it's going to become essentially an irrelevant show like SmackDown kind of has, because you've got to remember as well, SmackDown's been shifted from different days of the week and stuff. Like, it used to be on a Tuesday at one point, and then a Wednesday, and then a Friday. Like, it's gone back and forth on different days all over the years.
Yeah, I think it's only not been on a Thursday.
No, yeah, that's the only day I can't remember being on.
No, it has. No, has it? Thursday night
sure.
SmackDown? I don't think so, actually. No, I'm pretty sure it has.
There's definitely been Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday.
Yeah. Do you think? Where do you see Rampage? Do you think it's actually going to compete with the WWE at any point in the next 2 years?
Yes.
You think?
I think. Well, let's face it, they've already smashed NXT. That's why NXT got taken off a Wednesday night. And anyone who says, oh no, that's not the case, AEW didn't beat NXT, fuck yourself, because that's happened.
Triple H said on the investors call, it was a business proposition, and the network told them that they have to come off Tuesdays. No, Wednesday, sorry.
The network said come off fucking Wednesdays because you're getting your ass fucking handed to you by another fucking promotion, you idiot.
You know what I think? What should have happened last night, which I think they messed up on big time. They should have
at the same time.
They should have competed last night with SmackDown. They should have done it. Obviously, not knowing at that point. Well, we didn't know. Obviously, Punk was. Oh no, what's happened? So just slight bit of technical problems. Oh, not frozen. Oh, come on. What is going... Oh, you trick. Why I oughta... But yeah, by the way, rest in peace, Sean Luck. Why I oughta... Pow! Absolute comedy legend. But not to go too off subject. Quick. So, I believe that they totally should have went head-to-head with SmackDown last night. That they should have went... Is it 8 p.m. in the States?
I have no
West
idea.
Coast or something.
Probably.
Why did they not? I mean, I'm assuming that there probably was like some sporting activity going on, hence why they couldn't go up against SmackDown.
Or they just have a contract for a certain time.
Maybe.
That's probably one reason.
But you'd think with Tony and his partnership with Turner, that they just should have thought, you know what? Because obviously, Turner must have known that Punk was coming back, and Khan must have said to him, "Look, this is a fucking huge deal. This is massive. Put us on against SmackDown, and we're gonna smash it."
There's probably a few. It'll be interesting to see what number Rampage does.
I'm really excited to know about that.
And compared to sort of what SmackDown did.
I mean, I don't know what they're averaging now. I think they're averaging just over $1 million.
SmackDown's normally consistent with about 1.4, I think.
It's still above 2 million, apparently. How old is this article? It was literally last week. So last week they averaged 2.084.
Yeah, okay, so we're a bit off on it. So so yesterday they did 2.2.
But you think the way that AEW is going right now, they are going
to... 2 years... You asked in 2 years' time, didn't you?
2 years' time.
Within 2 years, are they competing with SmackDown in those numbers? Yeah.
Do you think it's wise for him to go to to compete against SmackDown or compete against Raw? Considering today that Raw's
Honestly,
still technically the A show.
like I was just gonna say, honestly, at the moment, I'd probably go up against Raw.
Hmm.
Like, I think Raw's the weaker show out of the two.
Raw ratings. Let's have a quick look
Raw's
on
probably
that.
gonna have a bit more.
This was dated the other day, the 17th. Raw last night was strong. Oh, wow,
1.7. Okay,
1.7.
so they're doing less. They're doing less than SmackDown.
That's crazy. Why?
That, well, for me, the reason why I like in WWE, you've obviously got Roman on
Hmm.
SmackDown.
You got Cena. Cena's going to bring
You
in
got Cena.
ratings.
Exactly, yeah. While on Raw, I think it's Bobby Lashley versus
Drew or
no. It's Goldberg, isn't it? Goldberg at the moment.
it is Goldberg. Do you think
Which
they are going to get anywhere? Did you know? Did you know it's actually SummerSlam tonight?
tonight?
I had no idea. I was listening to the Busted Open podcast earlier, the episode from yesterday, and they were saying tomorrow night is SmackDown, is SummerSlam. Sorry. So I gave it a quick Google, a quick Wikipedia, and
So is it
it's
tonight or
actually
tomorrow?
tonight, as in 1 p.m. tonight. Sorry, 1 a.m. tonight, as in Sunday morning, 1 a.m. Or is it 12 a.m.?
Okay.
I have no idea. It's probably within the next hour or so. I had no idea. Do you want to stay up and
Could
watch that?
not fucking tell you that. I mean, live August. It is tonight. Fuck it. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. I'll probably have it on in the background while we play some games or something.
Yeah, that sounds good.
But
I'll sign up to the
I'm
network
not.
again.
I'm not going to concentrate and watch every little mo. I'll probably will for the Roman Cena match because I'm quite fond of Roman. I'll say
That
that.
is genuinely the only thing that I want to
But
watch.
we will also get onto Roman a bit, and a bit more
There is a couple
into
of
later on in this thing.
AEW things that I still want to get through.
Yeah, so I'll get to we'll get to SummerSlam
The next
and
big thing
WWE in a little bit.
to me right now, what AEW is absolutely hammering is letting the fans do what they want to do. The fans are allowed to stand up. That's fucking
Whoa.
crazy. Like with Raw and SmackDown, that the fans are told by the staff to sit down during the matches. They can't be by the barrier ringside thing. That they have to go sit down.
Okay,
They
yeah,
can only come
yeah.
up to the barrier
But
at
you
the
can
end of
see
each
the
matches.
security and stuff like going over to the fans and stuff all
Yeah.
the fucking time. But I tell you, well, it all comes back. I think you've done it and I've done it. Is when there was no crowd and they did the virtual. I forget what they called it. We've both been on it. We've
I've been
both.
meaning to make a video out of it. I've got the footage
I'd
sitting
say
there. I've got the
enjoyed.
script written, just never been asked to make it.
Yeah,
I did it just
I'd
to
say
see what it was
enjoyed it.
like. I got kicked
But
out.
yeah, I did it.
Is that like a
yeah.
thing? Does
What was
everyone
it
get
like?
kicked out?
Yeah, I got kicked out. It was like you've had your moment or whatever.
Yeah.
Like someone else's. Okay, dickhead.
But they kicked me out pretty much halfway through the show. So has other people
Yeah.
been waiting in a queue to get onto
I
the
think that's
last
what it
half?
is.
I don't know.
Like, but yeah.
Fantastic idea.
But
Love it.
even no, it is. But even through that, the whole thing is like, this person's making their way. Give them a round of applause, or
Don't.
give them your loudest boo.
Hated that.
And that I hated that. It
The thing is,
drove me insane.
I've wrote the script for the Thunderdome video that I will eventually. So I'll probably do it next week when I'm off work.
Yeah.
And that's I fucking hate it. If you didn't follow exactly what the producer slash director, whoever that was actually talking to you, you are not going to get on the screens. If you start booing Drew, then you're not.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
simply
yeah.
not going to. You can't. There's
You,
no
no,
freedom. Why? I'm if I'm a fan and
no,
I've paid
exactly.
my
Yeah.
ticket, I've paid 200 quid to. Well, how much is
If I want to
front
boo
row
someone, I
ticket?
want to fucking boo
I'm gonna
someone.
fucking boo him. I'm gonna hold up a sign
Yeah.
if I want to do that. Like
And
it.
then, okay, we'll from that. So you've got WWE, you've got that one extreme, and then you have AEW. There's signs everywhere.
But they're
Okay,
like, have
I just,
fun, enjoy
I just,
yourself.
well, let's get on to not get on to, but let's call it back to fucking Wednesday night.
Hmm.
Chris Jericho, the crowd for him, for his fucking entrance.
Amazing. That was another thing that I've
That
got written down here as well.
like so
The
like I only
importance.
bring it up. I only bring it up because you were on about signs and stuff, and there was people in this crowd with signs of all the lyrics.
Yeah, I
Like
saw
holding up
that.
there,
I
and
thought that was
I was like, yes. I was
genius.
like, that was amazing, and I'm like, and like, and again, it's a perfect thing AEW have done because they've it's like it's one of those moments where it is where it's like produced, like as in
Hmm.
they knew it was going to happen, and they did it in a way where it was the fans' choice to do it,
Hmm.
but the company knew by making that
They
stipulation of having no theme song
yeah
that the crowd were going to do that.
did that on
And
purpose, and it
oh
worked.
yeah, and it's yeah, but because they knew how much fans love Chris Jericho, love his
Hmm.
song, and how because that song's fucking over like a
Mm.
motherfucker, and so is Chris Jericho, and just everyone wants to be part of that entrance.
And do you know where that comes back down to? Letting the wrestlers be creative, letting them
Yeah.
do what they do best is just you've got this awesome idea. Obviously, run it past through management.
Mm-hmm.
9 times out of 10, it will probably work. I mean, obviously Jericho's a veteran. He's been in what? When did he debut? Like '98, I think it was.
Yeah.
He's been in long enough. He knows what he's doing. And then
But
when
this is the thing. This is the thing with AEW as well, where we talk about like what Tony Khan does right. He's brought in the right people within the company
hmm
who are experienced, like
yeah,
Jericho. Like, because you got to think people like Kenny Omega, Young Bucks, and stuff, and Cody to a certain extent. Well, Cody's probably like when they all formed it, Cody's probably been more TV
yeah,
just for his dad and stuff. He's always been
mm,
around it, but the Young Bucks haven't. Kenny Omega
yep,
hasn't. To us, like they've not been weekly shows, live
yep.
TV. Obviously, Kenny, they've done like New Japan's and everything else like that, but they've never done like live weekly shows. And it's down to people like Chris Jericho
Hmm.
and whatnot who they've brought into the company, and even people probably like Mark Henry now
Yeah.
and people like that who have been around it for so many years. They just bring that experience in on
Yeah.
how to use their TV time a lot better.
How to make an entertaining product. It's
Yeah,
it's as
that's what it comes down to.
simple as
And it's
that.
simple things. It is simple things.
Just
Just
getting quickly just going back to the music, I just want to I want to compare to what the WWE do. They've brought in that so they got rid of CF dollar sign S whatever the hell that group was that was making all the music. They
yeah,
got
yeah,
they got obviously before them they got rid of Jim Johnston. Why the
yeah, yeah.
fuck would you get rid of Jim? He's
Like
musical
he's an
genius.
icon. Yeah, yeah,
And then okay, fine. He does need to retire at some point, or I don't know if they sacked him or I've no idea. But okay, he's gone. I can live with it. CT that group
yeah,
they brought they brought a couple of decent, not really music
yeah,
themes. It
yeah.
wasn't
Just yeah.
fantastic. And now I don't know who the current ones are, and it's the most generic
Oh yeah.
shit music. Oh fucking hell! Like they could not make an album out of the current wrestling, out of the
No,
current
no, no.
WWE
Like when you're
wrestling.
a kid and you got your album like from WWE like theme songs and you were
I
like, fucking yes.
remember someone copied me the WWF Volume 4, the one with the green. I think it was 4, the one with the green one, with the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
green highlighted number on the front. And fuck, I listened to that non-stop. I absolutely love it. It's fantastic. Nowadays you wouldn't even think like
No.
they changed Roman Reigns' tune when he turned
Yeah.
heel. It makes sense. He's a heel. He needs something new. He needs something to be refreshed. But it's the most generic, uh, in my personal opinion, the most
Shit.
generic
Yeah.
shit. Like it's just I can't, like I genuinely can't even fucking remember it right now. I don't know what it even sounds like.
Yeah.
Why didn't he just keep the
It's,
journal journal? At least that's a little bit more memorable, and you can associate as soon. You know what? Last night on VR chat, because this is what I do on a Friday evening.
Friday night.
I searched up. Um, I think it was just wrestling on VR chat, and it came up with guess the entrance music, and I went
Okay,
through
yeah.
that and I nailed it because obviously a big wrestling fan.
G. Fucking G.
They had I can't think off the top. They had Sammy Guevara, they had MJF, they had Chris Jericho in AEW. Then they had a bunch of WWE and old school Attitude Era WWF theme music. But literally just hearing two notes of one of those wrestlers' theme tunes, I know straight away. Bam, like duh duh, fucking
Yeah, yeah.
Gangrel. I know that straight away. Uh, I can't think off the top of my head, but having memorable stuff like this is so important. Tony Khan completely understands this and he's nailed it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know the wrestlers' theme tunes from AEW too much compared to what I would know in the WWF times. I know MJF's music. It had to grow on me, but now I fucking love it.
Okay,
I
yeah.
think he's got one of the best tunes.
Yeah,
Jericho,
yeah,
I've
yeah.
got it on my Spotify playlist. I love Judas. It's such a fucking good song.
Even though
Um,
you don't know the lyrics, but we'll
Jesus is
get.
my
Well, that's a
life.
that's
What else do you want to know?
yeah. Well, it's proved me wrong. You do know the lyrics, but
uh, but
yeah,
I mean, name a memorable current WWE theme tune right now. You've got God. I remember taking the piss out of Eric Rowan's Titantron, and not
okay, yeah, yeah. The
not so much his music,
very
but it was the side
generic.
picture of his sheet mask,
Yeah,
and it
yeah,
just had
yeah,
Eric Rowan, like, and he was just like basically nodding his head back and forward, and I was, are they serious?
yeah.
Like,
No,
is this just
absolutely
shit of what
fuck
they're
all effort.
making nowadays? This is fucking awful. Ah, calm down, Dan. Calm down.
But yeah, but this is the thing. And then you go to AEW, and even the smallest wrestler, there's a
Mm.
Titantron with some effort put, like just everything.
Just with
Like
punks
it's
last
just
night.
punks. Yeah,
Spur of the moment thing. I bet you the graphic designer didn't know until probably 5 p.m. on a Friday that he had to quickly make this one because obviously they were keeping it as best of a secret as possible.
yeah. And
But they
to
made
be
the
fair,
whole.
with the CM Punk one as
It
well,
worked.
it was quite reminiscent of his like sort of final WWE one, where
Yeah.
it was just like the white, black, and then like the
Well, it's just
straight
the
edge.
Chicago flag. That's all. It's
No,
just the
exactly. Yeah,
Chicago flag in his arms, his wrist tape, whatever. But it works, and you know, straight. It's recognizable. That's the point that I'm trying to shout at the top of my voice. It's recognizable. The second you
yeah,
hear two syllables or just see an outline of of his graphic, you know straight away
yeah.
it's Punk.
It was as soon as you hear the
Yep. Dun, dun.
and
You just know straight
like
away.
yeah, and the thing is with CM Punk's like that was all you were able to hear off the
Yep.
theme tune. Because after that, it was just all crowd noise.
It was fucking nuts. Again, I've not
It was
heard
insane.
a
Okay,
crowd
okay,
that
we
loud.
have like I need to come back to the CM Punk thing just quickly because so it's 7 years since CM Punk's been in wrestling.
Hmm.
Today I received about it was probably about 9 different messages of people going, hey, CM Punk's back, CM Punk's back, CM Punk's back, CM Punk's back. Like,
I watch
yeah, I
wrestling
know.
too.
Like, yeah. But these are people who haven't watched wrestling
Yeah.
in years.
Jem even texted me earlier on. I brought up because literally when I was listening to Busted Open earlier on, they were talking about the SummerSlam event tonight is coming out of the new Las Vegas Raiders, which is her Handig team.
Yeah.
And I told her because we were talking about it last night. When was the last time wrestling was in Vegas? And I was like, apart from AEW, I don't know when the last time WWE. Anyway, um, but then she heard earlier on as well that Punk was back in he was back in wrestling basically, and she knows nothing about wrestling. But for even her to know about this sort of thing, it just shows the scale of how of an important big matter of this was. We
Not
can
yet.
go back easily of the reasons of why he left in the first place because his previous employer was obviously there's two sides to every story. His previous employer was awful. um, they might have a different story, but then you kind of got to measure out the whole they sacked him on his wedding day. How fucking awful can you get? But for someone that doesn't even know wrestling, for her to know about that just shows how big this whole matter is.
Yeah. This is also a thing. Like, Kath got a message off a friend she hasn't spoken in years as
Really?
well, and it was it was her mate. Uh, it was like a picture of a mate with like a CM Punk top, and it was like I think she sent a message like, "It's a good day, yes it is," and like it just was obviously but that's what CM Punk does. Like, there's not been that much buzz about a wrestler's return and wrestler coming back just in so goddamn long.
Nope.
And but yeah, I just wanted to kind of bring that up. Like, that's just something else CM Punk kind of brings. It is one of the like sort of wrestlers that, and it all started with the pipe bomb thing where he doesn't just reach the wrestling world; it branches out from that, and it just brings people back. And there's just something about CM Punk, whether it's speaking, like for you, whether it's the promo work, for people
Yep.
it'll be the wrestling, for people it's both of it, like a combination of the both, and he just brings people to want to watch wrestling again.
I'm gonna move this on very slightly. You said that there's not been a big wrestling comeback in God knows how long. Where who do you think is the next big guy? Not to necessarily come back because he's always been there, but who do you think is gonna come back extremely very soon?
Are we talking about like in professional wrestling?
In AEW. There's
In
been a big
AEW,
buzz with Punk coming back, and there's also a big rumor
there's
of this other
a
guy.
second buzz off someone right next to him
Yep,
and that'll be Bryan Danielson.
Bryan Danielson or D-Bry, or what his name will probably come back to is B Dry. Don't know if
It'll
that
be,
works
yeah,
as
I'm
well.
sure he'll probably just come back as
Do you think?
Bryan Danielson,
I
won't
hope
he?
he does. I genuinely hope that he does. Do you think he's going to be signing soon? What impact is that going to make? Are they going to make a big song? Obviously, they're going to make a big song and dance out of it. But how do you think that they're going to bring in Bridie?
Um, Let me have a look at something.
When did he actually get? Well, he left short after Mania. So that is Venture Departure. May the 4th, his contract, May, June, July, August. So he should be free now.
He should be, yeah. So, like, okay, I just looked. I wanted to see when they were in either Seattle or like Washington State, because at that point, I think it would be there. But they're not playing there at any point.
Do you think
Well,
that
playing
they
there,
have to?
they're
I
not.
mean, Even with
They don't
Punk,
have to, no.
you didn't have to be in Chicago. You didn't have to be. It makes it that bit more special, absolutely.
Yeah.
But you could have done it in Alaska.
Obviously with Bryan, it's probably not as big as CM Punk is, so you don't need the home crowd there.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like obviously everything with CM Punk having it in Chicago, it makes everything about Punk's return even more special.
I'm just looking at the AEW tickets, and they're in Chicago up until the start of September. They're not actually going elsewhere.
I did notice that, yeah.
I wonder why, unless they got like some big ass money contract. Then they're going to New York for 2 dates. Dynamite Grand Slam. They seem to be loving naming all their dynamites, which I get.
I quite like that, to be honest.
It's a marketing thing.
It
makes it feel special, but don't do every event. Don't do every Wednesday, because then it just becomes. It makes it feel special.
And for them with the crowds, obviously, when they sell a few T-shirts with like Dynamite and then whatever that name is of that show, adds a bit more money. You know what I mean? Like, so like for them, it's kind of a marketing sort of bit of genius. I think.
When and where do you think? No, sorry, not.
I would imagine.
Where. When do you think, if Bryan is gonna sign with AEW, when is it gonna happen? They simply couldn't have done it last night. No way.
No, and I don't think they can do it. They couldn't. I imagine they've got to probably give it at least a month.
You think? I think at least. No, I'm actually. I was going to say in 2 weeks' time, but
I think that's too soon.
I think it is too soon. You need to let Punk have a good run for, like, it's big. Like, no one expected Punk to ever come back. Him versus Darby Allin, all out in a couple of weeks' time.
I'll tell you what.
Who do you think's going to win?
They have got so many Chicago dates.
Yeah.
That might just be fucking genius, to be completely fucking honest.
That's a very, very good point. I literally didn't think of that until you just said. They're in Chicago for the next, where are we at, 21st? So 3 weeks?
6. So they've got 6 shows there, yeah.
They are going to be throwing Punk. Oh my god, look. Hometown boys back. Do it, man.
Is that 6?
Rinse that money. Print those T-shirts. Apparently, as well, I read last night. Literally, as soon as Punk took his jacket off, there was so many people trying to get to the merch booth.
It broke the.
The website's broke.
Yeah.
Pro Wrestling Tees went down. The AEW shop went down. My God, he is printing money right now. Like, how the fuck
the funny thing,
did Triple H not think I need to get him back? Yeah.
But that's it. They couldn't swallow their pride and just admit they fucked up with him. But here's the thing. Like, I remember a story about
Let me tell you a story.
Podcast. That's it. Yeah. Can I tell you a story? Like, tell you what, $29.90. I tell you what, I'm just checking his merch.
Yeah, how much?
He has got everything. $30 for a t-shirt.
How many shirts? AE. I can't spell.
He's got a flag.
Doesn't work. It's not a
sticker.
AEW shop.
It's got face masks.
ShopAEW.com. That's where I was going wrong.
I'm on Pro Wrestling Tees because I think that's who does all that stuff. Isn't it?
I'm just waiting for it to load, and I'm expecting Punk to be. Oh, he's not featured. Literally, if you go down to the new arrivals, the first 3 items are his. Oh, is that it? I was expecting way more merchandise.
What is it? A t-shirt, a flag, and a sticker?
That's the one. That's it.
Yeah.
I was expecting
that's the new stuff.
Loads more.
I did. To be fair, I think the amount of t-shirts, because that's classic punk sort of
Yeah, stickies.
style.
Oh, something else. Did you hear as well what they did as soon as the fans left the arena last night? Do you know what's
No,
actually waiting
no,
outside?
no.
An ice cream van, and they were
Oh
giving out
yes.
free CM Punk branded ice cream bar things. Like that
Oh,
is
that's amazing.
genius. Imagine. I've just seen there's a lady. Is that a ladybird? I think it's a ladybird on the roof. Just completely drew my eye up there. Imagine being a fan and you coming out, you just saw CM Punk live, and then someone walks up to you, and go, "Here's a free ice cream bar." Ah, can this night get any fucking better? Like,
Exactly. Yeah.
they're giving it away
Oh
for
man.
free. That is genius. Um,
But
to
yeah,
be
coming
honest,
back to CM
I
Punk
was
selling.
expecting fucking pens and hats and cups and shit, but there's literally only three
They don't
things.
need to, do they?
Um,
But here's the
yeah,
thing.
sorry.
Yeah,
Oh,
the story I was
sorry.
gonna
I
say.
just clicked on the t-shirt, and it came up with an error. 404 page not found. That you physically cannot buy a CM Punk t-shirt right now. Sorry, story.
Yeah, so the story here is obviously look how much he sells and shit.
Mhm.
Like when he was in WWE, he brought up that yellow T-shirt, didn't he? And he fucking hated it. And he did it
Um,
because he didn't want. He was a heel at the time. Just search yellow CM Punk T-shirt.
yellow shirt. Trying to think. Oh, that one. Yeah, disgusting.
GTS one, yeah.
Yeah, got it. Disgusting.
So at the time he had that, he was a heel,
Yeah.
and so pretty much he got this bright yellow T-shirt because he didn't want anyone to buy it, and it was still top seller.
Really?
But like everything he was trying to make
I'm
like
trying to
thingy, but
think.
he's
Did
pretty
he ever?
funny.
Oh, yeah. There's one screenshot of him wearing it, but I don't remember him wearing that T-shirt. Um, I get it though. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
What an ugly. And that's actually one other thing that I do have to give big props to sharpaew.com. Their designs for the t-shirts, like, they're actually really fucking cool. Don't get me wrong,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wouldn't wear we were just saying earlier, like, I don't wear this t-shirt out and
Well, I'd
about
fucking do.
because I wish I had the balls of what you do. But I mean, the stuff of what they're selling, the Sting icon jacket, it's just got Sting's face in it. I wouldn't wear that. Um,
And I'll tell you something.
the Malachi Black shirt's pretty cool. I like that.
I did just see that. Yeah, that was pretty nice.
The Elite one, the Brian Cage looks actually pretty cool.
But it's like the other stuff they have, like this AEW Orange Cassidy doll. That the
How have you not shown me that before?
Oh wow, wow. But I will
That
say,
is when did you get
quality.
that?
Wow, I've got a very good friend. Some would say a best in the world friend.
Oh! Sorry, I thought that was like a statue. Sorry,
This
that's
is
what I
that
got.
is
Yeah,
doll.
I thought it
Yeah,
was a
exactly.
statue. I was like, when did you get that? That's amazing.
No,
But yeah,
this is
sorry, carry
it's
on.
a doll.
Ash,
But
how did you
it's
possibly get that?
the quality of these though. It's fucking insane.
Yeah, and it's.
Like you can pull off the hands.
Can you
Like
really?
I've got different hands.
Oh,
I've
of
got
course,
different
you
hands
can. Yeah, yeah. How cool
to
is that?
swap the what pose he does and stuff. But it's like all the material and stuff. Like even the little t-shirt he wears.
That's amazing, isn't it? That's so
Got
cool.
his own t-shirt. But it's all like proper like clothing.
Yeah, like
Insane.
So you're saying that they've actually put effort into producing something really good.
I know it's
Strange.
hard to believe,
But
but yes.
I'm just trying to think of that because the WWE worst WWE merch, they brought something out, and I think I'd linked it to you, and it was the fucking worst thing in the absolute world. Um, it wasn't that long ago. It was only a couple of years. I can't think what it was. CM Punk's
Do you
Garden
remember?
Gnomes.
Do you
What?
remember when WWE brought out a T-shirt which said 9.99 on it because it was like a
Because it's
WWE
a
network
network. It's
thing?
funny.
Yeah,
Imagine walking down the street in that, like. I mean, I don't wear
Punch
branded
yourself.
T-shirts too much. I don't like to.
To be honest, I'd knock myself out for wearing that fucking t-shirt.
I'd inject myself with fucking cancer if I ever wore that shirt. Jeez, that's just how. That's just how shit. Moving on. Let's get back on. Let's get back on topic. So we're not gonna hopefully get Bryan in until maybe a month.
Yeah, so I'd say about a month
I
at least. It could be longer.
I
It
definitely
could
agree
be
with
after
that.
those Chicago shows, to be honest.
We need to let Punk have a good run, and then have another big
Yeah,
surprise. Don't give me too many surprises at once. There's another rumor of someone that left the big WWE a couple of months. No, I think he asked for his release a couple of weeks ago. Sorry. Flair is meant to be coming back into AEW at some point. What is the
well, he's
betting?
been on he's been doing other stuff recently, and he's been on all like indie shows and whatnot.
Oh, has he?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
really? Has he not got the 90-day no compete? He's
I'm
been
not
in
too sure.
Lucha Libre AAA. I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah.
He obviously
So
doesn't have the
I
90
follow
day no compete.
Conan, who's on AAA, and
Hmm.
he was posting about it.
No way. I didn't know that. Which he's, according to his Wikipedia, he's been working alongside Kenny Omega, which is
So
obviously,
yeah,
there's the bridges. That'll definitely help things, I reckon, for him to hopefully get his shot at like a little bit of stardom at least before he dies. Try and
yeah,
get a bit of like people looking at him in AW. But do you think bringing him in, is that, do they need to do that? Because all they're gonna do, right? Okay, there's definitely going to be two things that will definitely happen. Him and Arn Anderson will have something. Don't know.
yeah.
But you know that they're going to set up a Sting versus Ric Flair match. That's going to happen. I hope it fucking doesn't. Doesn't need to happen. They're
No, it
too old.
doesn't.
Did you know that the day before Bray was, I think he was released on a Saturday morning, wasn't he, a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah,
Vince was on I don't know if he was on no, he was on the conference call, wasn't he, with the investors?
yeah,
And someone asked him about all these people leaving. Um, I think they asked if they saw it's if he saw it as a threat or something like that. And then Vince
yeah,
basically
yeah.
replied, and he goes, well, as in talking about All Elite, let's see if there's anybody else we can give them. Like, how much of a fucking
Yeah,
insult is that? Imagine being an employee, and then
yeah,
if
yeah, yeah,
my employee said to me, like, is that how disposable someone can
yeah.
be? That is that is such a
Well,
fucking
coming
insult.
coming back to that, there was on the what day was it? Was it the Friday night when they started some of the releases
Yep,
during SmackDown,
it was.
and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
because there was people scheduled to wrestle after SmackDown in I can't remember whatever show they record after SmackDown, but there was people scheduled to wrestle in that show. Is it 205 Live? They
I'm trying to
record
think.
some
I think main events after
whatever.
Raw,
Well,
but I don't know. Anyway,
whatever they record after SmackDown, there was people scheduled on that who got released during SmackDown.
it's just an insult.
Imagine that. You think you're wrestling that night after fucking like with a crowd outside in front of you, and then you're getting
Hmm.
released. Fuck off. You
Oh
cunt.
yeah, thanks for that match. Funny story, by the way. That's actually your
Yeah.
last one. You're sacked.
That's it,
Oh,
yeah. Well,
thanks. Like, can you give me a little bit of warning? But you know what? You know what makes me laugh though, when you've got the internet. As soon as people release, obviously it's a sad time, blah blah blah. But people are
mm-hmm.
like proper crying over it. I get it, like, but there's nothing to be crying over. These guys, I mean, Braun.
Oh,
I'm actually surprised that when was Braun released actually? Um, the straw man, I think you might know him as. Um,
well, man, I believe that.
his Wikipedia page is still locked. July, August, September. So start of next month, he should be free to roam the hills, whatever he wants to do. But God, if I was Braun and the WWE said to me, "I'm sorry, but we don't need you right now," I'll be like, "That's it's fine. I am not gonna have trouble finding work elsewhere. It's cool. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You've got loads of people on the internet and Twitter and shit going, oh, but are we such a wasted talent? No,
No.
he was being wasted when he was. I mean, I can't think of a wrestler right now that I could sit there and go, you know what? I tune in every Monday, every Friday to see him. He's fucking awesome. There is no
Yeah.
wrestler. I want, I want all these guys to go. The Fiend he's left. Fantastic, brilliant. The Fiend's a difficult one for me though because um, I don't want to see him every week. That will
No.
that will diminish 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 right his character.
Yeah.
I don't want to see the
Well,
Fiend
we
every single
said
week. It's
this.
just not
We
gonna
said
work.
this when he with WWE that we
Yep.
didn't want to see him every week, and we wanted like he should be a special attraction
Mhm.
in terms of what he was,
Absolutely.
and then he was on every week.
And
Okay,
it's like
fuck it.
he was on every week for like two no ages. Sorry, he was doing the Firefly stuff.
Yeah.
Um, I liked it. It was good for the first month, and then after that, it was like, all right, you've you've broken you've broken the wall now. You're not giving me something new. He pops up, he talks to his puppets, and then he goes away. That's literally the Firefly Funhouse. It was awesome to start
Yeah.
with. When he did the first one, I I remember texting you pretty much straight away, like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
and then obviously it grew over a couple of months, and then it was just you tuned into SmackDown to watch the Firefly. It was fucking awesome, and then they just ruined it. Then they just overused it. Didn't need to do that. I loved that it was like you didn't see the Fiend every week on SmackDown. You eventually did, and then he went away again. But seeing him wrestle, I know as a business strategy it's not clever, but seeing him
Yeah. Yeah.
wrestle maybe 4 times a year on the
He
big pay
bloody
per
loves it.
views, I would much have preferred that. But then obviously as a business person, you'd be like, I'm spending fucking one
Yeah.
point something million on this guy who doesn't do it. He works house shows, obviously, but to use him on TV, the network's probably down their neck going, we want the Fiend on this week, but you can't keep on
Yeah.
giving him to it because it just gets boring. I'm blabbing, sorry, I am blabbing here. But I just I can't
It'll be
remember where I was
interesting
going
to
with
see if they
this.
do bring him over and
Oh,
how they use him
yeah.
if they do bring him over.
How much
For
creative
me,
control
if
do you
they
think
bring
he'll
him
be?
over, he'll probably. If I don't know because like I think he'll get as much creative control as many of
I
as
think so.
everyone else does.
I want
But
him
it
to have as
depends if he
much.
kind of. It depends if he comes in as the Fiend because we've seen different like sort of annotations of Bray Wyatt,
I'd love to
like
know
where
who
we.
owns the rights. Who
I'd
who owns the
imagine it's
Fiend?
Bray.
Do you think Vince would have said, no, 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 that's mine?
Um,
Let's
have a
just
look.
let's just assume that he does own the rights. He can do whatever he wants. Do you want? I was actually thinking this earlier on. Do you think that the Fiend as a character will work in AEW? I personally don't think it
Um,
will. AEW is too more of a not realistic, but their characters are the people. The people that have
yeah,
charisma. You have Jericho. Like it's him as a person. The only person that I can think of who has an actual gimmick, but it's not really a gimmick, is Luchasaurus.
yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
he thinks he's a dinosaur, which I thought was fucking hilarious. Like he actually. I remember when he cut a promo, probably like a year ago or something like this, and he actually spoke as if he was a dinosaur, and he goes, "I'm a dinosaur," raw, or something. I couldn't fucking stop laughing. It was so good. But I don't know. I don't think the Fiend would fit in AEW. It's too cartoony. It's too. Uh, it's just too
Okay,
cartoony.
so just look at WWE on the Fiend anyway. So they've got all the trademarks
Oh,
and stuff. I've
oh,
just
they
looked.
do.
Yeah,
Vince
like
does own it.
apparently he
Whatever.
part owns it. Like Bray part owns it, but that means Vince ain't gonna let shit all out for it.
Mm.
But either way, for me, the character, if he was to come back as one of those sort of characters, his cult leader character was
Yeah.
probably that would work better in AEW than the Fiend character would for
He could
me.
make he could make a very powerful stable.
But and that's the thing, and obviously there's always good like if he comes in with his own sort of stable and stuff, there's always that connection with obviously being Brody Lee was in there.
Hmm.
Obviously, we've seen Brody Lee,
Wouldn't it be
Luke Harper.
amazing to see Bray Wyatt hypnotize uh, Brody Jr. and God,
Number one, that's it. Yeah.
that could be taken so fucking wrong. Imagine Brody. No, sorry. Imagine Bray just walking up to a 10-year-old child and going, "Come with me." Come.
But obviously, yeah, you've got the Dark Order already there, so there's already that sort of like cult sort of group
That
there.
feud would be pretty good.
Yeah, but
Bray
that's what I mean. Like, it just depends who Bray.
trying
Because
to get
obviously,
the Dark Order on his side or something. I don't know.
but yeah, exactly. Like, but there's already that sort of connection there between
Hmm.
even with Brody Lee having passed.
Yeah.
You can work that connection in there. But
I think.
I don't know. Like for me, I think the one thing that Bray Wyatt, Mike Rotundo, whatever it's called, I think it's Mike Rotundo, isn't
Do you
it?
think?
Something
Do you,
Rotundo.
it is Rotunda. I think it is Mike.
I don't know where I've got Mike Rotundo from, but I'm pretty sure it's Mike. I could have
IRS.
made that
It's
completely up.
Wyndham. Sorry, Wyndham
Wyndham, where the
Rotunda.
fuck?
Mike Rotunda's his dad.
His dad got it.
IRS.
So for me, I think he will reinvent himself again, and he will make a success of it again. You've got to
Let's.
remember when he came through as the call, when like the Wyatt family first came in, that was a success.
Hmm.
Everyone fucking loved it.
Yep.
Who ruined it? WWE.
Hmm.
The Fiend. Who made that character? Wyatt did. Who fucked it up? WWE.
Hmm. You gotta think.
That Nexus. That was a success. Who fucked that up? WWE.
What did Matt Hardy do as soon as he signed with All Elite? He
He
smashed
reinvented
it.
himself. Oh, exactly. Yeah.
He
But he didn't
he.
reinvent himself. He went back to
No, he
Broken
did.
One.
I think he reinvented his previous character,
Yeah.
and he
Yeah.
got it to work. And it was. I mean, it was a shame that it didn't last very long. He obviously suffered the head injury from, I think it was Sammy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then like he had to
It lasted.
calm down a
It
little bit.
lasted as long as it needed to last.
Yeah, I totally agree.
I think it lasted. I
I would
think
have
it was
accepted
there
more
for
though.
just the right amount of time. I would have
Yeah.
accepted more, but I think there was a good amount of time there for.
But my point being with that is Matt Hardy, he was allowed to have a fair bit of. I think fair is probably an understatement. He had a lot of creative freedom, and he
Yeah.
was allowed to just visualize what he sees as the what was his character title?
The
Um,
broken.
that's the broken.
Wow.
the Broken Matt Hardy character and do what he should have done in the WWE, but they turned around and thought, no, this isn't our product, and they messed
Yeah.
up. They should have just said, Matt, you write whatever you want to do, and we'll do
That's
it.
it. Yeah,
We
yeah.
trust you, man. They should have done that exactly the same with Bray. Bray, you do whatever you want to do. We will take your lead. You fucking know.
What happened in WWE though? Because they want their fingers in everyone's pies.
Vince is like, nah, though, because,
Yeah,
it's my
I know.
money in
I
it,
know better though,
so,
innit? I know
so,
better though, innit?
it's my money. You're gonna listen to me in it, so, and it's like, Vince, shut the fuck up, man. You don't fucking... Vince, I love you. I think you're awesome. You definitely changed the game. You've done amazing. You need to... I'm not saying step away from the business, but you need to just let people do what they do
It goes
best.
back to Punk's pipe bomb about 8, 9 years ago when he said Vince McMahon's a millionaire, he should be a billionaire.
Yep. And
And
he
it'll come back
should
to
be a
that.
billionaire.
Yeah.
I
But
mean, I think he's only just touched
where's his fuck
a
ups on
billion
it?
again. He's messed up, but I think we should start slowly wrapping this up. The point of
Well,
what I was going to
pick,
start making now is, uh, so Vince should be a billionaire. No, sorry, I've completely forgot. I've completely. Well, where was I going with this now?
I don't know.
Um,
But let's just touch on, because we haven't gone to WWE for long, but let's just touch on Roman Reigns,
go on then.
who obviously won. What did he win? Most Improved Wrestler of the Year?
Yeah, he did. Yep, yeah.
I feel like that was why he won.
His heel work was,
Yeah.
well, is amazing.
Yeah. For me, it's kind of like where he was on like a solid sort of rise. It's kind of steadied out a bit now. They've not. They've how to put it. They've kind of. How can I say it? They haven't pushed it much more.
Yeah.
They haven't took the next step with it, the character. I don't know whether that happens with John Cena tonight or after tonight. It could be, but for the past from once, probably about the last sort of 2 months, there's been no difference in his character. Like they've not. You've always got to evolve in the wrestling business.
Well, with Roman, his character change of being a face to a heel is going from smiling to not smiling. And then
yeah.
He's like, that's literally it. There's literally not much of a change, and obviously Paul Heyman has been more of a mouthpiece for him, which I love. Don't get me wrong.
Well, for me, that could have probably been the next step, whether it is moving away from Heyman and proving you are just the top dog on your own, or whatever you can speak. I know it's kind of a big of a step, and I do love Heyman, but
when do you think that would
the
possibly
character
happen?
has to evolve if he loses tonight.
You think?
Yeah.
He loses tonight, seen as champion. I'm trying
It's
to
Heyman's
work
fault.
out where and when does Brock Lesnar come? Because Lesnar, it's obviously not been spoken about too much. Lesnar literally doesn't talk anything about his life. Do you think he's coming back? Do you think when he does come back, I'm pretty sure it's June 3rd. His profile was moved to the alumni section. Oh no, sorry, he's moved from the alumni section to the main Raw roster. That was June.
Well, the last time I saw Brock Lesnar,
Do you think he's coming back
he
tonight?
had he very well could be, to be honest, but I don't know. I doubt it. Maybe tomorrow. Don't know. If he does, I really want him to have his tied back freaking
Yeah, That man
hair.
bun.
That is what I want. Give me that with like beard Brock.
You know what makes me laugh?
Like bearded
When
Brock
when I
with
saw that
tied back
photo,
hair.
when I saw that photo, he just looked like Peter Griffin in the episode of Family Guy where he becomes a millennial and like he just grows a man bun. It
Yeah,
doesn't suit him. It doesn't suit Brock. It looks, but I obviously wouldn't say that to his face. No way.
I'm all for it. I fucking love it on him, to be honest.
Brock and long hair just doesn't work. Like,
It
imagine it.
does for me.
Imagine in his matches, like he starts getting sweaty, his hairband comes loose, and then he's
No, what you've
nah.
got to imagine is, don't forget that he doesn't get sweaty because he fucking Brock Lesnar. It's how red he gets with this pale blonde, flowing hair. That's what you want to see.
So predictions with tonight. Do you think Roman is? Do you think he's actually going over Cena? How long? How long do you think Cena's? How long do you think Cena's contract is for? I heard earlier that his new Suicide Squad film apparently has broken like a shit ton of records. It's doing extremely well. I've not seen it yet. I will at some point watch it.
Well, to be fair, it's been
Do you
the
think
summer of
he's
Cena, hasn't it?
the summer of Cena? But the summer's pretty much over now. The summer's only got
Yeah,
like
but the way
a month
it's
left.
SummerSlam tonight, isn't it? It's over tonight. But what I'm saying is, in terms of the summer of Cena, I mean, he was in Fast and Furious 9. He's in the Suicide Squad. So both
How is
fucking that.
how is the fast film
One
still
sec.
going?
What? What? Shut up!
Sorry, I'll stop
Don't
talking.
diss the Fast franchise.
You're actually getting okay, right? I didn't know you actually.
Like, I'm
Well,
fucking hell.
you like
Well,
Star Wars and not Lord of the Rings, so you know
Hey,
what else to
no, the
expect.
Fast and the Furious. The Fast and the Furious is
The
like,
first two films were great, and then it's like chill.
yeah,
7 later.
yeah. But the thing is, Fast and the Furious knows what it is. Like over the top,
It's
just pure action.
it's about
Like,
cars, isn't it? Oh no.
No,
It's actually not about
of
cars
course
anymore.
it's not. It's about saving the world.
It's a film about cars, and then they're going into this action bullshit.
No, it's pure action, man. I mean, you've got The Rock, you've got fucking Cena now, and you've got Jason Statham. You've got it all, mate. You don't need it.
I'd rather sit.
It's what you just everything in your life.
I'd rather
That's what you
sit and
need.
watch the Lord of the Rings again. That's not a jab to Lord of the Rings.
It is a jab.
Uh,
You did it on your own, mate.
I think the biggest match of the card tonight is Nikki Yu versus Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley.
Who the fuck is Nikki Yu?
Nikki Yu? Nikki Ash?
Who the fuck is Nikki Ash?
Nikki Cross?
What, have they renamed her?
Yeah, have you not seen this amazing piece of artwork of what
What's
they
that?
produced?
So is she champion?
Yeah, she's no. To be fair, I shouldn't slag the character off too much. For what it is, I understand why and where they've gone with this. So she's basically wanting to be she's Nikki, almost a superhero, which her dot should be Ash, like almost a super, but they've just knocked it down to ASH. The grammar's terrible.
Oh, so she's basically Mighty Molly.
She's basically Mighty Molly and Hurricane Helms, but right. I've not seen. I've not seen. I'm not interested in the fucking WWE anymore. She comes down with a cape and she thinks she's a superhero now. She doesn't, as far as I'm aware, do anything a superhero like. I get it. The whole point of the gimmick is to basically, is for her to go out to the community and go, look, I'm like you. You can be like me. You can be almost a superhero too. Lol. Now I'm going to hospitals and cheering up kids who are on the deathbeds and whatever. And I get it. It's cool. Do that. I don't know. I don't like the gimmick. I think it's terrible. Then you got
I'm just about to send you a picture on WhatsApp. Have a
enjoying it,
look at it. Do you remember the guy last night for CM Punk? Like he was
crying.
like well, not crying. It was the one before him where he was like to the camera. Oh my
Oh yeah.
god!
Oh, he's proper
Yeah,
buzzing
yeah,
for
yeah.
it.
Like, so I'll send you a picture. Like he's been there for another great CM Punk moment as well.
Oh, is that him? Ah, no
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
He loves punk. God,
He loves Chicago, man.
he's aged.
Yeah.
um,
But so yeah, I'm gonna say CM. No, fuck, no. CM Punk's in my head now. I'm gonna say
you
John
love
Cena's
seeing
gonna win
Punk.
tonight.
Cena's going to take the belt. Brock's got to
Yeah.
come back. But are they going to do Cena Brock again? Again.
Um,
Again. It depends.
I
It
don't
depends if
know.
they're going to bring Brock back as a face or not.
It depends. Well, it
If
all
they bring him
depends.
back as a face, it makes sense, Roman and
If
Brock. But they've done that a million times too.
well, is Brock on versus Lashley yet?
You know, I just thought Roman and Cena's on SmackDown. They're not going to move
Yeah,
Brock
that's what I'm
to
thinking.
SmackDown. No. Lashley, Goldberg. I don't know how long Goldberg's deal is for. If Goldberg does win, it would only make sense for them to bring back Lesnar to go after. But then again, I think they will. I think they will bring back Brock as fast as physically possible, because they're
Now that CM
doing
Punk's
live events. They need to
now
get,
that CM Punk's been announced at AEW.
and yes, they need to compete with that now. Imagine Triple H's face last night watching Rampage and thinking, "Fuck, they've got Punk, and that crowd is hot. That website keeps crashing. You physically cannot buy any T-shirt. You can't buy any merchandise of Punk right now. It's completely sold out. There is no chance of you buying it." They will be. I mean, obviously, it's SummerSlam. They always bring back people the day after SummerSlam on Raw.
Yeah.
Um, it only makes sense. It makes sense, in my opinion, to obviously keep the belt on Lashley, bring back Brock on. No, I think actually that will happen. I think Goldberg's contract is like 2 or 3 I think it's 3 matches, and they used him once at the Rumble, used him once at Mania, and tonight will be his third, unless they extend the contract. It makes sense for
Yeah.
Goldberg to put over Lashley and then bring back Lesnar on
I'm
Raw on
pretty
Monday.
sure Lashley's been like speaking about wanting to go against Brock for some time anyway.
Yeah, it makes sense. And I can't think. I'm pretty sure Lesnar's never gone against Lashley. They can't do Lesnar and Goldberg again. They
No,
cannot do it.
Lashley's always gone
It's
on
been
about his
done.
pre-matchup, innit? So yeah,
Imagine the build.
we'll see.
An MMA legend, like an actual champion versus Lashley. It's
Yeah,
going to be crazy. Usos.
fighter versus fighter.
Fighter versus fighter. That will. I think that will actually sell tickets. I think that would be really good. Usos versus Ray and Dom. Do you care?
Nice. No.
No. I genuinely couldn't give a shit. Didn't Ray lose his eye though, like this time last year? Bianca, Sasha. Do you care?
No.
No. Me neither. Imagine if we were just doing a podcast about the SummerSlam card tonight. Do you
Oh
care?
yeah, yeah.
Do you care? No.
No.
Edge and Seth. I've heard good things. I heard that they did something last night on SmackDown with Seth. He got
Didn't they
covered in
cover him
tar or
in
something,
shit or tar? Yeah.
and then America wanted to invade him.
Nice.
Uh,
Oh.
it's. I'm actually just looking through the card right now. There is no, apart from the Drew versus Jinder, there's no stipulations to anything. It's just singles match or a tag match. Or actually, there's one triple threat match. It looks boring as fuck. Then you got Sheamus and Damien. Don't know if you care.
Well, as I say, we're going to play some games and we'll have
I'll have it on
in
in the
background.
background. Yeah.
Yeah. I ain't going to pay. I'll pay attention to the final match, and that's pretty much all you'll get from me.
The Roman. Oh yeah, so the Reigns versus Cena. Yeah, I probably will pay attention to that. To be fair.
Yeah.
The Lashley and Goldberg one should be nice and quick. To be fair, hopefully.
I was going to say that's a 60-second match, if that.
Hopefully they don't need to go.
Couple of spears, job done in it.
But that's only if Goldberg's going over, and I don't want him to go over.
He loses as quick as he wins, does that Goldberg?
And then Drew and Jinder. Don't care.
I know. No, got it.
There and
Slater comes out, fucks them both up.
Imagine.
No, Heath Slater comes out, 3-man band reunion. Heath Slater's got jacked as well, so they all fucking.
Heath comes out, guys. We don't need to fight because we're the
we need to play.
3-man band.
We're a 3-man band. Oh,
do you know?
That is the
do you know what I just thought of?
WWE could win this war right now.
just getting Heath out. How do you know what I just remembered when I went?
What's that?
When we did the college games thingy, and we introduced Guitar Hero, we went like Guitar Hero or something like whatever it was. I just remembered that. Drew and Jinder, Ver and Shanky are banned from ringside.
Oh no! I tell you what,
they should have put.
I've gone on Raja.com.
Is that website still going?
It's still going. There was do you know normally they said they have like spotted backstage.
Mm-hmm.
Heath Slater's not there. They've not done one for Heath Slater.
Or they're keeping him that
it's
quiet.
a very good surprise. I was going to say it's a very good surprise. Just like when Edge returned for the Rumble.
Yeah. Hardy Boys for Mania. Dead quiet.
Yeah.
What was going? Oh yeah, sorry. I was going to quickly talk about Punk last night. How they didn't keep him a secret backstage. You know what I love about the AEW roster and personnel? Nobody put any pictures, obviously, because you'll get sacked straight away. It's not fucking worth it.
Yeah.
But everybody kept quiet. There was no hints of like,
it was amazing.
Just seen
a
best in the world person is backstage or something. Like literally everyone kept quiet. It was great. That's the thing with the WWE, that they can't fucking do that because people just talk. They don't have any respect for anything. Alexa Bliss and Eva Marie and Duo Drop. Do you drop? Who the
Duo Drop what?
Fuck is that? Kimberly Benson is a Scottish professional wrestler. Oh, Piper Niven. Oh, I no idea who the fuck that is. Oh, Viper. I think Viper's done. I think Viper's done a couple of independent shows that I've been.
Is that the fat one?
Yeah, not fat.
Large lady.
She's tackling obesity right now.
Yeah.
Apparently, Eva Marie, I think she was brought back. Apparently, the fans were like proper going, like, "Hey, Eva's back." Really? You cheering her?
That's the red one.
Yeah. I mean, she's fit. Fucking hell, I would.
Yeah.
I mean, I would do disgusting, unspeakable acts to her, with her permission, obviously. But as far as I'm aware, that like she's not done anything ever since she's come. She might have done thrown a couple of punches or something, but I don't know. Alexa Bliss, aka Fiend 2.0. God, this card is fucking weak. Like, as you said earlier on, it's literally just Reigns and Cena's the only one which I might tune in and watch. Then you got Styles and Amos versus RK Bro. Riddle is amazing. I love what Riddle's doing.
Okay, that's one thing I can deal with in WWE other than Roman is RK Bro.
I love Riddle. Can't stand Orton. Fuck, Orton is shite.
I love Riddle, but the thing is, like, it works well together with Orton in like what it was just the one episode where it was going.
I literally was just about to. He was backstage on his scooter. It reminded me of Family Guy how Peter was going, Randy, and I'm pretty sure Riddle got it from that episode because he said it the exact same way as what Peter said. But oh god, it's brilliant. Riddle is doing so fucking great with that character. Randy.
It's just been perfect, and like
I love it.
To be fair, like it's the two of them have been all right together. To be honest, like I don't mind it. Like it's a combination that probably shouldn't have worked, but it kind of.
But that's why it works. It's the
Yeah.
What's that phrase?
Chalk and cheese, isn't it? But fucking works. The ink is black. The page is white.
Together we learned. It's Ebony and Ivory. That's it. That's the phrase that I was thinking. To read and write. I'm gonna have that song in my head all night. But you know what? Actually, considering like I've never liked Orton, this whole tag team is actually pretty decent. To be fair, I think it literally is because of Riddle. Because Riddle is making it what it is.
So, yeah.
But that is the card. That is the entire card of SummerSlam tonight. Are you excited?
Well, we will. I can't say I am. No.
Yeah, come on, you are.
No, I'm really not.
You are.
No, I'm not. Like, I'm more excited to just playing fucking some shit games.
What, Fortnite?
I haven't got Fortnite.
Among Us.
Among Us and Fall Guys. They're
Among
the two
Us and
games
Fall
I've got
Guys.
which we can play together.
But
yeah, so I mean, depending how good, bad, what happens on SummerSlam, maybe on a Monday, Tuesday night we'll have a little recording if
I'll try
if we're free.
I might not be able to talk.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like it both. So well, we will see. But,
we'll see.
I think maybe we'll start.
I think most likely Wednesday will be quite. Should be all right. Yeah. Basically, for those, I'm going to get my wisdom out. Cannot wait. Get it done. It's been so fucking painful. It's been dreadful. I'm getting that done Monday afternoon, and then as far as I'm aware, that I'm going to be sleeping a shit ton, which I'm looking forward to as well. And then so Tuesday is going to be my recovery day, and then Wednesday very likely sounds good. We can have a review of the WWE shit.
Yeah, well, yeah, we'll see if we actually do one.
It's going to be so wank that I'm not. If we do it Thursday, we can talk about Dynamite. Or
we might have to do it Thursday. We might have to do it next Saturday or something.
I was just thinking
next Saturday.
Okay. If we can do it each Saturday or something, then we can talk about Dynamite and Rampage.
2 weeks time. Cool. 2 weeks Saturday. 2 weeks Saturday we'll do it.
That'd be amazing. But
2 weeks today. 2 weeks today. Yeah.
2 weeks today. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't see why not. But this has been an amazing podcast. We've had such positivity in the wrestling world. It's again with your words, if I'm allowed to say this again, but wrestling has fucking got better. AEW is absolutely hammering it as expected. But the thing is with AEW, now that they've done this, that they need to somehow keep on bettering themselves.
You know what? They don't even need to better themselves. They just need to stay consistent.
Yeah, 100%.
And that's all it is. Because, like, the thing to get better, you kind of have to obviously, I mean, you can be good, but if you want to be amazing, but it is amazing at the moment. Everything about it is amazing.
Oh,
So,
one last parting question. Can you name a negative thing that AEW is doing right now?
um, do you know what? I'm going to bring up something quickly, and it's not a negative thing because I can't. No, I can't think of a negative thing, to be
Without sounding
completely
like a
honest.
fucking fanboy or anything like that. I
Without
don't know if
sounding like a
fanboy
fan,
is
but
like
look,
a,
the
a thing now.
thing is, right? I've been watching WWE for so long. I stuck by it for so long. Still have. I'm not going to lie. Last sort of like year and a half, 2 years, I've kind of given up
Hmm.
on it mainly, and that's WWE's fault. I was with it through some shit, but even I'm going to go with AEW, and I'm going to go even with the one thing I kind of had my doubts about was the TNA partnership.
Yeah. You know what I loved
And
about that?
I think even that has been great.
Hmm. You know why? I love it because they
Why is
haven't
that?
forced it down our throats.
Yeah, exactly
It's
that.
been optional.
They've, they've,
If you
yeah,
want to know
yeah,
the story
like,
between our partnership and why wrestlers are going over to Impact and vice versa,
yeah,
watch Impact. If you want, you don't have to though.
yeah.
That's
Like, it
that's
does
that
it,
that's what
like,
I love.
if you miss something on TNA to do with AEW,
Doesn't matter.
you don't feel like you've missed out.
Yep.
It doesn't, you don't kind of need it. It's a separate part of
And that's one
everything.
big thing that I cannot stand about the WWE is they kind of sort not between not no I'm trying to word it right. You do and you don't have to watch every single show every single week. Which, if you think about
Yeah,
it, it's a
you
shit
can
ton of
jump in and
time.
out.
You can't invest. I think we worked it out before. If you don't include pay-per-views, I think it's about 12 solid hours per week.
Yeah,
I haven't got 12 hours just to watch TV and watch wrestling and the majority of the shit
no,
that I don't fucking care about. Then if you include the pay-per-views, you're looking at about 15 hours a week. I have not
it's
got
insane.
15 hours. Dynamite and Rampage, I love that Rampage is 1 hour long. I
Yeah,
love that Dynamite is 2 hours long. Please do not extend any time. The other thing, which I think is quite a joke as well, with Raw, that they say it's 3 hours, but if you look at the actual time runnings, it's actually about 2 hours and 20 minutes. 40 minutes is fucking adverts. Imagine watching a film for 2 hours and 20 minutes long, and then for the next 40 minutes you're forced to sit there and watch adverts. Fuck that. Go away.
it's insane, isn't it?
AEW do it right. I love that they do the picture in picture. It's a completely different topic, but the adverts of what they actually show is American. It's pizza. It's fast
Yeah,
food. Like, what the fuck? Okay, whatever. I mean, it's their culture. That's just what they do. But my point being is AEW is doing things correctly. They're not
yeah,
overloading us. That's like what the WWE are doing. I can't take 12 hours of programming per week. AEW maximum
no.
of 3 hours a week. Uh, then obviously if there's a pay per view, okay, let's just say 6 hours a week on
The thing,
average, whatever it may
the
be,
thing is
whatever the
with
maths are.
AEW as well. The pay-per-views are sporadic. Like
Yeah,
it's not.
well, Punk brought it up last night that there's 4 pay-per-views a year. You know what? I actually
Yeah,
love that.
it's amazing. That's all you
Four a
need.
year, and it's not throwing it. I mean, God, I remember 4 years ago, I think, when they were trying to build the network or something, and
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think they had like 15 pay-per-views in one year.
It was
What the
insane. Yeah, yeah.
fuck?
There was times
15?
where there was like
Yeah, but it's Raw
fucking
and
one
SmackDown.
each fucking week.
I
There
don't
was
really
about
care.
one every 2 weeks. Something. It was insane.
Too much content. Uh, I remember when they first spoke about Raw going 3 hours long, and I was thinking
But they
at
used
that
to have
point,
it, so every so often there was a special Raw which was an extra hour.
yeah,
But
which made
then
sense, but they were
they,
obviously testing the waters.
yeah,
Does this work? People
obviously.
obviously
And
tuned
now they've
in,
fucking ruined
more
my life.
money. I get why they did it. It's obviously money. I don't have the time. I can't watch this amount of content. And then if you stick in main event NXT and NXT UK 205, it's too much. I can't deal with it. Anyway, I'm blabbing so much here. What
But
I
we
love,
will call it
Tony.
there, I think.
I know you're definitely watching. You're doing a really, really good job.
Keep it up, mate.
Keep it to 2 hours on a Dynamite. Keep it to 1 hour for Rampage, and
Bring Daniel Bryan in soon.
get
Not soon. Whenever
Bridie
you, yeah. Get the
in.
American Dragon in.
Give it a month. I'd say give it a month, and you're doing
Yeah.
well. But
Just when people are settled with CM Punk being back, bang! Hits him with
little
the Bryan
surprise.
Danielson.
We need to get on some games. I have been Dan,
Yeah.
and I've been with my bestest friend in the world. I'm not going to do the whole long. I will. You've been watching.
I've been with my bestest friend in the world.
Ah, love it. You've been watching DNA Talk Wrestling. We might do another one in a couple of weeks' time or something. Hopefully, we'll see.
If
Come
not,
back soon.
we'll see you next summer.
Wait, see you next year.
We'll see you for the DNA fucking awards.
Awards in December, yeah. Sounds good to me. See you later, guys.
In a bit.